Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and I am fresh back from Long Beach. And I got a little bit of everything to show you. This show I did a lot of little buying because I found fun things of all different genres and all different price points. For those of you who have never seen these before, these are waffled coins, and this is how the mint was canceling coins. There's a whole write-up on the back of these about the how and the why and the what. And they're super cool, and they're lots of fun, and they have the different coins. A big photo of the coin here. The holder style is like some of the old school photo, I think PCI holders. Some of the companies that were early on in the holder game had holders like these, and these are, mail order marketing holders, but these are a really cool kind of little piece of numismatic history. These run about 35 to 40 bucks, somewhere in there. And I got a few of them. That was the Missouri. Here we got in Illinois, because the S has gone missing. Just like in Louisville. Oh, Indiana. There you go. Got pieces of the race car left on there. Can I just say how happy it makes me that the Indiana quarter has a race car on it? I don't know, that's just kind of fun. But they're really cool overall items. And, oh, here we go. We got a dime. You can make out the date really strong still on that guy. Old Rosie. And Maine. Very cool stuff. And that's all I have to show you. Just kidding. Just kidding. I got, all kinds of stuff here, right? So this is this really cool, very large metal. Give you some example. Here's a Morgan dollar to compare it to. It is probably 50% larger than a Morgan dollar. I don't see a lot of slabs, oversized PCGS slabs. So this was kind of fun. Netherlands metal with William IV on it. A little bit of a proof like that SP special finish, and really cool. The details on metals is always very interesting to me, just to see how much you can get on there. What you can get away with. And so you've got the wreath here, but then the wreath has all the shields on it. So really a cool thing. And then you get to look close and you start picking out designs, elements, like, clearly that is like a peace element, two hands shaking with the arrows behind him. Super cool piece. By the way, some of this stuff I don't have priced yet, some I do. Some of these numbers on here will be accurate. I got some Morgan dollars in here that I don't have priced yet, a little bit better dates. Tough guys, O3S and XF40. Just really a lovely coin all around. Kind of a nice looking XF40, just got that touch of luster left to it, but a ton of detail. I had a few of these little bit better date dollars that were in the little group. A 96X and a 96X in SF40. Let's just go ahead and get that right the first time. In an old green holder. 79.0 and 63. This one's got some heavy toning to it. A lot of people aren't going to like that tone, a little dark, but I highlighting the nice things, right? I'm really intrigued by this little splash of purple over here. Kind of catches your eye. And an O4S and XF45. O3S, O4S, wicked tough coins to get. And a little bit of some marks there on the face. I was just checking to see if that's on the face of the plastic. That's on the face. But really a neat coin also. O3S, O4S, wicked tough. All right, like I said, I have a box full. I hope you guys got the popcorn ready. So the 1742 pillar dollar, Mexico, 8 real. Just iconic coin. Probably a nice, I'd call this kind of a nice XF, lightly cleaned. It's in an AU50 ICG holder. Probably would not straight grade, just a little too bright, but super cool. Always happy to see these guys. How neat is that? 1742. So, in the Red Book, they'd always kind of talked about the pillar dollar being the first U.S. coin, first U.S. dollar, because it was used here in trade. Lots of coins used in trade. This is a really pretty denarii of Trajan. The portrait is just strong, solid. NGC only called this a choice VF, but you can just see, you can just really see how nice that coin is overall for the centering and the lettering. All right. Popcorn, peanuts, popcorn. And did I say I got a little bit of everything? This one's a little harder to see. We're going to see if we can get a look at it. First of all, it's got the circular shape, but then it's got the metal flanges on the edges. And this is clearly been dug up. Gut für Dollar, which is hard to translate. It means good for. If there's any words that mean, that look like they actually mean what they mean in English. And also, though, I think that says pesos, 1891. And then you get these funky letter combinations down here, ANDJONG, Alam, AALAM. So, and this is a uniface piece here, but you can make out, what is that? There we go. Unter Nehmen. So this is a plantation token from the Dutch East Indies, 1891. And, I've seen some plantation tokens from different places, but I hadn't seen this one before, and I just thought the shape is so cool, the history is cool on that piece. $90 seems like a good deal to me. That's what that'll be priced at. Kind of a neat piece. I got a couple more Standing Liberty quarters in for you. This SLQ is a 20S and AU50. Nicely graded coin. And even, you got the more modern annex holder here. And really a full design on that. I'm gonna have to put on my racing shoes here for you all. Lace up my, or you guys are just gonna spend all afternoon with me, or evening, depending on when you're watching this. AU55 full head. This is a cool grade for an annex holder. It says the 55 and the full head up top. Pretty coin. You can see the detail on the head there. And very lustrous. Nice looking piece. I got some gold while I was there. This is a Legend of 1900 $20 gold piece, MS63. And a very pretty piece. It was interesting because there's another $20 gold piece that I got in, which I don't think any of these coins in this box are in any type of actual order. So this may be a fool's errand. This is not the coin. This is a 1911 10 Indian in MS62. But I know I've got the other. Oh, here we go. This is the coin that popped. And so this one I thought was really interesting because this one they only called a 62, and between the two coins in hand, I really prefer the 62. It just gets back to the idea of buying something that you really enjoy. And ignoring the grade a little bit. We have this discussion constantly when I talk with collectors. And if these coins weren't graded, I don't know anyone who would pick this one over this one. So, not to say that this is graded wrong, but maybe this one is, right? So, but people, they collect by the holder. So they want to get the holder that says 3, and then they're looking at the coins and they're like, what am I supposed to do with this? Buy the one you like. So I try not to do too much with color. I will buy colored coins with toning on them if I really like them and they're not outlandish. So this is $3.79 on this guy. An MS65 Cacarino. There you go. Let's call out for you guys. And just, it's got the kind of silver flat areas, but then the rest of it has just a really vibrant, I call that the oil slick color. If you've ever seen the oils, you won't recognize this if it rains everywhere, but when it first rains and the oil comes up off of the asphalt and it kind of turns these colors over here. But I really liked this one, and I thought it wasn't priced outlandishly, so we went for it. OGH, this is whatever, Gen 2. It's got the 4 prongs like the Rattler, these little pokey that's there with the outer case that's like on top of it. MS64 piece dollar, and just a stunner. If that guy doesn't sell, I'll probably go ahead and actually try. I'll try my next time I send something into CAC, I will actually try to get be selective. Okay, duck or bunny? So is this a Roosevelt dime? Is this a Lincoln penny? Less filling, tastes great. Let's have both. Let's have both. This is a really cool aerial. So you've got a 2001 cent struck on top of a 2010 cent piece. MS66, $1,900 is how I have this guy priced. What a wild piece. Double denomination. So this is an 11 cent piece, and it's really cool. You can make out both dates. You can make out the 2000 on the penny, and then you can make out the 2000 with the P right there for the dime. And you know what? I wasn't sure on that guy, but I'm glad I bought it because it's just super cool. Now that I get to look at it again, I'm really glad that I hopped on that. Here is a 1903 MS63 Indian cent, $110 coin. I liked this one mostly because you got the back. The back got me. You got me with some of that little blue toning, blue to purple toning that you see sometimes on the 1 cent pieces. Really very, very attractive there. So a little bit of a premium on that guy for the tone, but I decided to hop on it anyway. Not too bad. I mean, there's only so many coins you can buy for $100. Okay, so this guy, 1887, and you'll see right away, like, that's a good look at just how clean this guy is. That's a good shot. You can just kind of see nothing going on the cheeks, on the field. Just a real pretty coin all around. You've got a very clean reverse as well. Yeah, I like that coin a lot. MS67, and very, very attractive as far as the grade goes. And then you just have a couple of little discoloration spots on there, but they're not contact marks. It's just a little bit of discoloration. And I really liked this. I really like this coin. All right, let's see. Next up on The Price is Right. Oh, this one was funky. This is 1839 New Orleans Mint half dime, and it has all kinds of things going on here, y'all. It's got some really big time die cracks. Let's see if I can get them. There we go. So you got die cracks coming up the arm here, on the rocks, into the shield, all the way up from the head up into the rim of the coin. Pretty bold looking piece. There are some more on the back here somewhere, I think, but I remember looking at the front of the coin, the obverse, and saying that's pretty cool. $2,700 on that guy. That is not a cheap one, but lots of fun. Something a little bit different. This is a very high luster V nickel with a little bit of a tone over it. Overall very attractive. like I said, it's got a little bit of that tone to it, and so some people might not like that. You can see it there. So when you start to see some of those little spots in toning, a lot of people on copper or nickel will stay away from it. 379 on that guy. NGC MS65. Let's switch gears to an ancient AE Graves. This guy is so cool. And this has a scallop shell on it on one side. And then on the other side is the caduceus. So it's like the snake wrapped around a pole with 2 dots on it. This is $700 on this guy. But the Graves are some of my favorite pieces. These are just these big, heavy pieces here. Roman Republic, 269 to 242. These things were cast, and then they were broken off, so you have these little spots where it was broken. That's super cool. I was happy to find one of those at the show. Just something a little bit different. Okay, so this guy I bought because I felt like this was the single nicest obverse I've seen on a 21. Now, what I mean by that is, I've seen them with stronger strikes. I'm talking strictly about the combination of luster and contact marks. So I've had a few that have a little bit stronger strike to them. In fact, I think I got another one in here somewhere that's even crazier than this. But this one is white, and the other one is toned over. This one's this MS64 with a CAC, but it's also... yeah, the obverse is just stunning. The reverse is also beautiful. And I think if it weren't for that little spot on the tail feathers, this coin would be in another realm. Really, really pretty piece. But like I said, the visual on the obverse on that coin is really great. I actually came back to have a few of these back at the shop. So I got a little group of MS62 $5 gold pieces in. Those run about $7.75 each on them right now, and that market's always shifting and changing. A lot of people put these together for a typeset, so they'll grab just one for their set, and that's all they need. Oh man, so some of you, this coin I think is a boomerang. It's come back to me, and just really a cool piece. Old annex holder, proof Morgan. 1892. I got some stuff here on the plastic. I got some outer plastic going on, so I should have taken that out. But $3,600 on that guy. But I'm kind of a fan. Neat looking coin, some toning, touch of cameo appearance. Now a lot of the proof Morgans have that kind of gray color. This one does have the gray, but also the backlit color is a little bit of a little bit more color in there, some orange and stuff. 1937 San Francisco Mint, Walking Liberty $50. Been a while since I've had a really nice walker from the 30s. I liked the originality of this coin. Just not only the bright luster, I don't mind the little bit of toning you got here on the edges. It just reminds me of something that was in an album for a while. A little bit of color at the right angles. But overall, and it's got this, like, once again, some of these little darker areas here and the little line across it. But it once again, it feels like a coin that was taken out brand new out of a roll and just stuck into an old, like, Whitman album style holder. And that's kind of the look and feel on that guy. Really like that NGC MS65. And as long as we're doing some Walking Liberty halves, 1919 San Francisco, and nice grade. A grade we don't see very often on walkers. You've got, once again, talking about albums, this looks exactly like it was in an old album. I recognize those kind of like streaky lines anywhere. But quite a bit of detail left, but also very flat, so lower middle grade, VF20. Kind of a nice balance on that guy, nice steely gray. Okay, something else that takes some explaining. But I might not have all the explanations on it. So this 1999 Philadelphia Mint, broad struck, and just a wicked good looking piece. not counting Susie. No offense, Susie. But broad struck, usually that means the collar was gone, so you won't see reading. This has a touch of reading on one edge. But what's interesting about this, first of all, it's a super high grade. I mean, the coin does look high grade, but also it says that it's struck on a blank, MS67. So what's weird is I found some other ones that said that they were struck on a proof blank. So you know, there's a little bit of some specialty here by error collectors. You can add some comments to kind of you know, if you know this specifically. The 99 Philadelphia Susies were struck both in BU and in proof, and so the planchets would get worked up and then get put in for one or the other. But so the other errors that don't say on a blank but on a proof blank, I think the planchets had been treated differently. Also, this doesn't have the rim, the raised rim that you would see on a planchet that's been created and ready to be struck. So I think that's why this says it's on a blank. All right, I don't know what I'm going to do with this coin exactly yet, and you're probably looking at it like, why do you have a 2018, you know, half-ounce eagle? Well, talk about collecting labels instead of coins. You know, it'll be more than gold. It won't be a ton more, but it's just, I thought this was cool. How many Long Beach Expo drawing #1 winners could there be June 18? Probably not a whole lot. Probably not a whole lot. We still have to figure out how to price that. I interrupt this show to bring you so-called half dollars in an original weight Raymond holder, the Pony Express, the Minuteman Lexington, the Lindbergh, the Admiral Bird, the Confederate Sealed Republic replica, the Confederate half-dollar replica, the Daniel Boone, the Edison, which is cool. And then on the back of those, you see some of the designs. This I thought was cool. Also, something I haven't priced up yet, but I found really cool, and I was like, I got to get this because first of all, I always like the old holders. But then, you know, so-called dollars are its own thing, but there's also the so-called half dollars. Wait Raymond distributor, Mineola, New York, made in the USA. Cool piece. Also, I mean, why stop there with fun stuff? I found a couple of GSAs that are the soft pack GSAs with non-Carson City coins in, an 85 O, and I think this is 87 Philly. The 87 Philly is really lovely. Very pretty coin. That's like 250 on that guy. And this is 189 on the 85 Philly. A little bit more scuffed up. Nice BU coin, a little scuffy. I hadn't seen too many of those around at the show, so I thought I'd pick that up. All right, I told you that I had another one of these guys. And so this one, you can see the strikes a little bit stronger. You can see a little bit more detail over the hair, over the ear. You know, and that's where the detail gets lost sometimes, or lots of times. And I don't know, this one feels like it's not quite getting the justice it should be getting based on the video, but it's very attractive. Really neat toning, MS65 PCGS. This is like 3,200 on this guy, just a tough piece. And hard to find. The $21 went crazy during COVID. Some of them have come back down, but the higher grade pieces are still popping pretty good. MS64 Sesquicentennial. This is about a $760 coin. Cool piece. You know, I think there's only 11 coins that constitute the gold series for the commemoratives, not counting dates and combinations, and not counting the $50 gold pieces. And a lot of them, they're not too crazy expensive compared to what else is in the marketplace. Here's a coin also that I thought was just kind of stunning, so I bought it. 1939. I mean, I told you I was all over the place. Here's a 1939 penny in MS67 red, but just look at the coin. Like, it's just fun. And I thought, yeah, I'll buy that. Someone's gonna like that. Usually if I find a coin attractive, I think someone else will find it attractive. I got a couple of caballitos while I was there. This one has a little bit of wear to it. Caballito is just a short-lived series from Mexico that's really, really popular. Estados Unidos Mexicanos, un peso. And the horse rider, right? There's Liberty riding on the horse. 1910, A55. Cool piece, and let's knock it up a notch with something with a lot more luster to it. Just a touch of wear. You can see there's a little bit more detail on this 1913. They don't have a super lustrous bloom on these coins. A lot of the luster is subdued, almost with like a PL strike to them. Just the way that the luster flows on a lot of the caballitos, A58. Really pretty piece, as always, the eagle with the snake, one of my favorites. One of my favorite little design elements. This is Chunky Funky Fun. It is not the official title. If they'd put it on the label for me, though, I'd appreciate it. This is from the Netherlands. And it's a lion dollar. It's got the lion on it. And it actually has a lot of mint luster. And its date is up there. There's the 16. And that is a 4 and a 6, or what's left of it. And it's actually completely fully lustrous underneath there. Got some corrosion, but also this is a planchet flaw right here that carries over to the other side of the coin. That planchet flaw goes all the way through, so the planchet itself looks like it's breaking, right? And so interesting piece. I said 1646, it's a 1648 MS62, and really a cool piece. It's hard sometimes to tell on something like that. I mean, this is where you really have to know kind of how a coin is struck to understand what's wear and what's luster and what's nice and what's not. And we're finally getting near the end. I've got a couple coins to kind of blow your mind at the end here. This is not necessarily one of them, although remember that MS67 that we had. Well, this is an MS66, but it's also a VAM. It's not on the label there, but you can see inside the 8, the second 8, some of that action going on in there. And this is a VAM 8, and it has a photo on the back, which is kind of funny and fun. I don't know why I said funny. Nothing funny about it. Coin collecting is a serious matter. Oh man, I almost forgot one because it was right in front of me, and it's a little bit bigger than some of the other coins that I got. I almost didn't do this. This is a kilo, Mexican kilo with the Aztec calendar, 2010. I gotta move stuff here. Crunch. 2010, and 69 Ultra Cam. It's cami on this side. The reverse is basically a reverse proof design, though, because you actually have a little bit of a glossy finish on the high points, and the background is matted. The rim is glossy too, which is kind of a cool look. So that's a big boy. All right, kind of saving the best for last. This is perhaps the sexiest coin in the group. I got one more after this, but this 1804 quarter. It looks like it's the size of a $50, but super cool coin in AG3, and nice original just wear steely gray, and it's got this cool little bit of some blue tone to it. There's the 25 for the 25 cent. And same here, a little bit of that blue tone. Really cool coin. Expensive, 1804 quarter. That's like $2,600 on that guy. I don't have the mintage memorized, so I'm gonna if we could play some traveling music here really quick while I find the right numbers. 1804, first year of that style of issue, because they had the 1796, then the 1804, 6,738 production number on that. Super rare, super fun. And then last but not least, a coin that I took some time to try to figure out if I was going to buy it or not, and wasn't really sure what to do. But I'm glad I ended up buying it, because I'm just a really big fan of these guys, and I thought the coin was very attractive overall. For those of you who don't know kind of how this coin looks a little bit funky or different than most cents, this is a Proof 66 red brown CAC, mostly red, and you can tell it's the proof because it's got this really strong raised rim here, but also I always like the way the fields look. The fields have this kind of wrinkly effect to them, and the obverse of this coin is mostly that orange-red color, and then the reverse has this really cool color palette in the middle where it's got a lot of green to it. And this is actually not filming how I wanted it to, but that's okay. The true view will make it look probably, stupid amazing. But it's those fields that really get me. And this one's going to be priced probably right around 2,000. It's a little bit of an eye appeal coin, and something that you got to see in person, because it's just not it's not filming like I wanted it to. It definitely doesn't film as good as I got some photos of before. So anyways, guys, I'm going to go take a nap now. I hope you guys are all done with your popcorn. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.